Good morning, Dahlia Love Club members. Here we are, getting ready to dig out tubers. I think that people say lift the tubers. I've heard a lot of people saying that we lift the tubers. So the first thing I'm doing is just, taking down the trellises, or the in our case, the string that we use to keep them up, just so we can access. And we waited for the air to warm up a little bit, just so we're not freezing. And this is an example. This is the very first one, so I wanted to let you see it. I'm using a tool that is a small kind of pitchfork kind of thing. This is an old one from the woman who used to tend this garden before. Her name was Hannah Lahr, and that's where she lived. And now we call that the Nature Lodge here, because we're using it for volunteer space and some education space. And when people can help us and stay over, they stay there. Anyway, here's us using Hannah Lahr's tool, and I'm basically softening up, or going around. You have to give a good distance from the stalk, because the tubers will spread out in a pretty big mass. What I did was I leaned down, and see, they're lifting. I leaned down to just, I hurt my back, by the way, just letting you know why I'm moving slower than my normal slow. But this, I discovered, is about the umbrella or distance away from the stalk, that I have to be aware that I don't want to pierce one of them by mistake. Should you, it's not the end of the world, because remember, the eyes are up near the stalk usually. Well, I think always. And then the other reason you wouldn't want to pierce them is because you can introduce bacteria into them, or they could dehydrate. You want to keep their skins on, just like you would a potato. They are tubers. So that's what we're doing. I'll be right. Maybe I'll just put the camera down and so you can see what we're doing. Hopefully I can have you watch. Okay. We have some people who are coming today to help, because this is a lot of work to do, the whole crop. So we'd like to get them in before the ground freezes. So I like to use my hands to come in and brush away and lift the final part out. Okay, so there we have. This was the bed that was struggling a little. So I'm glad to see that there are more than just the mother in here. Looks like we've harvested 3 or 4 more. This is a dinner plate dahlia called Grand Finale. Oh, see, sometimes they break off. Here, oh no, this is a secondary plant. Here we go. Very tiny. They didn't mature very well, but they still look good. Okay, so that's number 1 of the season that we lifted. This is how we used our zip tie to then hang on our little label, because some of the stems were just too big to keep. Our first plan was to use these white pieces around the stalk, but we adjusted and did that. That's really our message here is, adjust, experiment, and do. That's the main thrust is give it a try and you will figure it out. You might see and be wondering about these long tendrils off the tuber, because you don't usually see those when you purchase one. And we will clip those off. I think what I like to advocate for is do things slowly and use observation. So if you take them out and then observe them a little bit, make yourself think about what you think the next step would be, because if you just run into it and then, you know, impulsively start trimming and leaving, I'm not sure if you're ready with the right vermiculite yet. You give yourself some time to think through how you're going to preserve them and not let them dehydrate. We found that you really shouldn't leave them out more than 3 or 4 days. And in fact, this year I think we're going to put them right away just so they don't dehydrate at all. So have a great day, and I will give you a little more look as we go, especially if there's like one that's super huge and we've created a huge bundle. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.